Actually, I am very sorry to say that even if I have started the recording, why it was just vanished in between. It was not there. Whatever thing I have discussed, it is not there. Again, just rapidly I am recapping and I will go to the next one because from the beginning it is not there. Okay, so what I have discussed till now, the first thing is while creating the automatic because most of the transactions are created automatically. So in this case, in the field status group, we have to create such a field status group where everything will be your optional. Okay, so that was the first discussion. So therefore I have to create instead of G001, I have to create another field status group where everything is optional. How to do that? /n obc4. So here you will select your field status variant, click on the field status group, select G001 and you can copy it. Okay, you will give a name, separate name for your identification and save it. Then you will directly come here and you will click one. You will make everything optional. Okay, not make anything required, because those line items, when there will be populated automatically, it will create a problem. And the next step is you have to assign that and replace that against the existing field status groups. Okay, that was discussed. But whenever you do the customization initially also, you create such an field status group and immediately assign here, so that replacement doesn't work. Replacement will not be required. And regarding the down payment request and actual down payment, the basic customization, what is required, preceding step and succeeding step kinds of relationships are there. So here again I am going to and show you business transactions. This is down payment made. Then this one, define alternative reconciliation account. So these two things are actually required, A and F. A is the actual down payment, F is the request. Whenever you create A, we have already created, I have to give the advance to vendor GL as well as the sundry creditor, and these are linked with the special GL indicator A. But as we have a preceding step, so some more customization is required. Here I have to put the target special GL indicator F, because F is that special GL indicator which is meant for your down payment request, and all the down payment request will be finally converted into actual down payment, which is the special GL indicator A. Similarly, regarding the down payment request also, you have to do the same thing. Advance to vendor GL will be connected with your sundry creditor through the special GL indicator F, that is down payment request, and you have to go to the properties. Here you have to put the target special GL indicator A, and there you have to tick mark the noted item. What is noted item? Down payment request is a noted item because it is just a reminder entered in the SAP system. It do not create any kind of accounting entries. Okay, so that is the case. Therefore you have to select it noted item. This is the target special GL indicator A, that is actual down payment, and this is the request. Okay, so these are the basic discussions so far. Then I am going to the making of the down payment. So I am coming to the accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable. Then I am coming to the down payment. And the down payment, there are three parts. For this F-48 and F-44, we know it very well. But before that, let us have a preceding step, F-47, right? In this F-47, I am putting a date, say 5th January 2023. Or I can put a back date like 4th January 2023. And this is your company code. So 04 January 2023. My actual down payment is required by the vendor by today's date. Today's date is 5th. So last day, yesterday, I am creating a down payment request which I have received from the vendor. Then I will put the vendor number here. Which vendor has given me the down payment request? This is my Trident Industries. Here I have to put the special GL indicator A. Okay, special GL indicator A, because subsequently it will be converted into a down payment. Put enter. Suppose say your vendor is asking for a down payment request of say 75,000, and there is a due here, due on. Due on means what is the tentative date by which the down payment has to be released. Let us have 5th January 2023. Okay, then this is a narration, that is request. Okay, now I will click on enter. So whenever I click on enter, it is asking for a tax code must be entered. So what does it mean actually? Actually, as per the GST rules, if any vendor requires any down payment, I cannot charge any kind of GST or anything on those down payments. The down payments will be released only by deducting the TDS amount. But GST for those down payments and those things are not desirable. So therefore, whenever it is asking, it is compulsorily asking a tax code. So in this case, I have to create a 0% tax code here. That means 0% tax. So 0% tax, how I will create? Yesterday I have created 3 numbers of taxation related customizations. So similar way, you have to create another customization where all the steps are valid, but you have to create a 0% tax code. That means no percentage of tax will be there. So you can instead you can use this one and click on enter, because no tax is going to be calculated. Now whenever I am entering, it is automatically proposing me that whenever down payment will be actually released, then this advance payment posting TDS will be deducted. So just click on continue. Okay, once I click on continue, then I will simply click on post. See, it is a single entry actually. Single entry means one-sided entry. So though the document number 7016 has been created, but it is not a double entry. It is not a document which is having a both debit and credit entry. So let us see that document. I will go to say FB03 and I will click on enter. See, whenever I will click on enter FB03, this is the document number 7016. The document type is KA, but what this document looks like? This document only a single line item is showing, single line item, and from this single line item it is not a double entry kind of things. So it is not affecting to any of my GL balances, neither bank, neither vendor, or neither anything. But for reporting purpose, I can see how many down payment requests are pending till today. So today is 5th. So by 5th, I have to see what are the down payment requests lying, and I have to release those down payment requests today itself. Okay. So for that purpose, what I have to do? I will go to FBL1N. In the FBL1N, I will put the vendor number, and I will deselect all these things, and I will select these noted items only. Okay, then I will click on execute. Once I click on execute, what I will see? I will see that document number 7016, and it is a special GL transaction, and F is written. So therefore it is definitely a down payment request. Okay, so whenever any down payment request is there, then what happened? You can manually release the down payment by F-48, or suppose your organization will be huge numbers of down payment request pending. So one by one releasing every down payment, it is a time consuming task. So in that time, you can also run the automatic payment program, and by running the automatic payment program, all the down payment requests can be released. I am just making the down payment uh, manually now. In the next step, I will run the automatic payment program through which the down payment will be released to the vendor. Automatically it will be paid to the vendor. So first of all, I have to I display the line items, no doubt. Then after displaying of line items, then I am coming to the down payment. Here I am putting the today's date, 5th January 2023, and I will put the vendor number, and here I will put the special GL indicator A, and I will put the bank account. I will put the amount, whatever amount of down payment I want. I can have, say, simply the down payment, okay, and I will click on a request. Once I click on request, all the down payments, whatever they are in my request, all the down payment request one by one, it will be shown in the Excel sheet. And as there is only one request, so it is showing here. I will select the request and I will click on create down payment. While creating down payment, the system will automatically calculate the tax, okay, advance payment posting, because TDS there are two things. One is invoice posting, one is advance posting. Invoice posting also TDS shall be deducted, advance posting also TDS shall be deducted, whichever is earlier. So here the here the advance payment, the TDS incidence arises, and that's why it is showing here. Don't care for the warning message, click on continue, and click on document simulate again. Just a minute, there is some issues here. Let us see that TDS line item is not showing here. Let us come to again. This is your bank. Now this is the amount, actually 75,000. I put the wrong amount here. Now this is down payment. Click on the request. So select this one, then create request. So now it is fine. Still TDS is not created. Okay, I will click on document simulate general ledger, then I will click on continue. Okay, fine. So now TDS is automatically generated. There is nothing required like your narration or text, because everything is I have make in the TDS payable GL everything optional. Okay, so this is the transaction which happens, that is your advance to vendor account 75,000, 2% TDS is calculated, that is your 1,500, and net from the bank 73,500 is disbursed from your bank account. And advance to vendor account, this is a special GL transaction which is denoted as A. Then come back and click on save. While saving, the same indicator is also there, don't care for the indicator, and save. So this is the document number 3028. I can see the document FB03 3028. Again I click here, see this is the document, right? So in this document, the down payment request is converted into a actual down payment. So whenever any down payment request is automatically converted to the down payment, let us see the FBL1N. In the FBL1N, I want to see only the noted items, and I click on the execute. What it will show? It will show me no noted item selected. So if there is no noted item, let us select the special GL transaction. What are the special GL transaction till now along with the noted item? and I click on the execute. Once I click on the execute, the last document 3028 75,000 is showing here, and it is no more a noted item because noted item is denoted by F and special GL indicator is denoted by A. So now that F is converted into A. While I did the customization, I have shown you how F and A is related due to the customization. F is always converted into A. Down payment request is the preceding step and it is always converted into the succeeding step, that is the release of the down payment. So this is the case of manually releasing the down payment. But big organizations, they have to face a situation where huge numbers of down payment requests are pending. So in those cases, what happens? This down payment request has to be released through the automatic payment program. So let us create two numbers of down payment and release it through the automatic payment program. Okay. So let us create let us have the same one day back 04. This is my vendor. This is the special GL indicator A. Enter. Suppose 65,000. D1 say today's date, and this is the request. Okay, and click on enter. Once I click on enter, it is asking me the tax code, but no tax code is required in case of down payment. So I have created a 0% tax code here and click on see. I am just showing you the how to create the 0% tax code. It is very much same whatever steps I have created yesterday, but there is a extra step here. I will show that extra step regarding this 0%. Financial accounting new, then your financial accounting global settings new, tax and sales and purchases, then basic settings. Okay, so this is your basic settings, but one extra step is there. Let us see that extra step. Okay, this is there under the posting. Okay, this step, assign tax codes for non-taxable transactions. Okay, so that we always create some of the tax codes for non-taxable transaction. Actually this down payment is a non-taxable transaction. So I have created a 0% tax code, and every organization also do that. And this is the list of company codes here. Every company code will be having a 0% tax code. So 0% tax code and their respective customization is very similar to whatever customization of GST I have made yesterday. And once these are completed, just come to this and create this 70. Actually I have three tax codes I have created yesterday: 7S, 7C, 7I. In addition to that, I have also created one that is 70, that is 0% tax. So follow my video of the last class. Similarly create one which is 0%, and most importantly you have to link it with this company code, non-taxable transaction linked with the company code. Okay, so once you do this, then you can use that particularly 70 tax code for this kinds of transaction. So once you put enter, it will remind you that whenever you will make the down payment, actual down payment, advance payment, TDS will be deducted. So not an issue, click on save. This is a single line item transaction 7017. Let us create another one. Let us create another one. Then click on enter. Suppose this is 35,000, and let us put the tax code. This is the due date, that means by today's date. Then click on enter, then click on continue and click on save. Okay, two numbers of down payment requests are there. So after these two numbers of down payment request, now it is time to run the F110. So today's date is 5th January 2023, and I am putting identification, say 7200X, that is the identification. See, sometimes what happens, this identification is purely up to yours. You can put anything for the identification of the automatic running program and the automatic payment program. But mind it, if you have created any such identification in the previous year running, previous automatic payment running, then it will never accept. So in this case you can delete. See, these are I have already created, and once I have created, already payment has been posted. So these identifications are no more required actually. This is the identification 720A. Okay, this is the identification 720A. So once I use here, I see this identification has already generated a posting. That means payment has been posted. So there is no need of this kinds of automatic payment posted. So I can go to edit, then I can go to payment, then I can go to delete output, then I can put enter. Just a minute. Okay, actually I have to come from the below. First of all, let us have that. Let us the delete of these are the outputs actually. Okay, I have to click on yes. For the fiscal year variant, no period is defined. Okay. I'm just I'm erasing the running date. Let us do this. I have to delete this one. Anyway, I have to delete this one 720A. Otherwise, for the same name, I cannot create. Parameters, proposal, payment. Let us have. Okay. Let us see it. This is on 5th January. Okay, this is the thing. I have to delete this. I have to delete this. How to delete this? I have to delete the output. After deleting the payment data, it is no longer possible to create. Do you still want to continue with the payment data selection? If I put no, then again click on delete output. If I put delete, for the fiscal year variant, no period is defined. No period is defined for 1st January 2023. Somebody, I think, changed my fiscal year variant. Let us see. OBY6. OBY6. OBY6 is the global parameters. Let us see. 7200. This one. Okay, B3 is fine. B3 is also fine. Why it is not deleted? Let us see. Let us try to delete another one. Suppose I want to delete the old one. Okay, let us delete this one. Edit, payment, delete output. For the fiscal year variant, no period is defined. Acha, no period is defined. Okay, let us see OB52. Fiscal year. Acha. Fiscal year variant, period is not defined. Okay, let us go and see. Somebody has, I think, deleted the periods under the fiscal year variant B3. But this could create some issues, but I passed the transaction previously, two numbers of transactions, it was not showing anything. Okay, I will go to the general ledger accounting new, then master data, GL account, let us have the fiscal year variant, that is master data, GL account, preparations, is it financial accounting, let us see, not document, fiscal year variant, and posting period variant, master data, GL account, these are relating to chart of accounts, then business transaction, no, this is also not there. I'm just losing the path. Yes, under the ledger, fiscal year variant and posting period variant. So let us see the fiscal year variant B3. So what happened to B3? Standard fiscal year variant. So click here. Yes, period is there. B3 period is already there. There is no issue with the period. So let us see what happened. /n F110. So these are not able to be deleted. Let us see. Proposals, payments, payment list. These are the payment lists, but I want to delete actually. Delete output. Okay, some problem is there actually. It is not possible to be deleted. So okay, okay, all right, let us create another one. Suppose I am giving it the same name, like not same name, 720AA. Click on enter. This is also there, 720AA. Okay, no, it's a new one, 720AA. No parameters entered yet. Put the parameters first. So this is the parameters, and my company code is 7200. Then payment method, you have to always select a payment method. So this is the payment method. Just put the back arrow, then click on continue. Next payment date, suppose this is tomorrow's date. Okay, then select your vendor. What is the name of your vendor for whom you have to put the automatic payment program? This is Trident Industries Limited. Then click on the additional log, select due date, payment method, selection if not successful, line item of payment document. Actually, what is this additional log? Whenever you run the automatic payment program, if any error will arise, if you select this logs, then you can analyze the errors and rectify it. So that's why in addition to the parameters, this log selection is very important. Click on save. Once I click on save, again I will come to the status. So in the status it shows me parameters has been saved, parameters have been entered. So what are the parameters? I can see these are the parameters. In these parameters, I have specified that up to the payment document posting of 5th January, it will be considered, or the postings up to 5th January will be considered. Company code is 7200. What is the payment method used for this? The payment method O is used. And what is the next payment date? The next payment date must be at least the date after this particular date. It cannot be 5th January. If it is 5th January, error will come. Either it can be 6th January or onwards. Then I have to select the vendor, either single vendor or n numbers of vendor you want. So in addition to that, you have to select the log and save. Then it will show you parameters have been entered. Once the parameters has been entered, then click on the proposal button and select start immediately and click on continue. Once I click on continue, in the yellow message it will show proposal is running, and you have to click on the refresh. Actually this is status, but this is just like refresh. Once you click on refresh, it will convert it into green, and now it is showing payment proposal has been created. Once the payment proposal has been created, we can display or change the proposal. At the last moment, we can edit the proposal, block certain proposals, as well as we can make any changes, last moment changes before the payment run. Let us display the proposal. While displaying the proposal, it is showing me 98,000 is proposing. So if I click on 98,000, I see two numbers of payments is proposed. What are the two numbers of payment? One is 65,000, another is 35,000. Why it is showing? See, actually this sum total is 1 lakh, but my automatic payment program is proposing me 98,000 instead of 1 lakh. Why? Because these two types of payment to the vendor attracts 2% TDS, because TDS related customizations I have already done, and also I have entered all the tax codes and all the things of this particular vendor, and that's why what happened, this attracts the tax deducted at source, withholding tax related things has been activated in this vendor master. That's why automatically, or in the automatic payment program, vendor will be paid 98,000 and 2,000 will be there in the live TDS payable. Okay, so I am coming back, and after coming back I am satisfied that everything is correct. My two numbers of payment request, actually those two things are nothing, but these are the two numbers of payment request. Let us see it. Let us go to the FBL1N. I want to see the noted items. Okay, so I selected only noted items, click on execute. See, these two are the noted items. Now previously I have already shown you how this down payment request is converted into actual down payment through F-48. But here I am not running the F-48, but I am running the automatic payment program. Through the automatic payment program, the down payment request will be converted into the actual down payment or actual release of the advance payment. So click on the payment run. Always put start immediately and click on continue. It will show in yellow. You have to just click on refresh or status. Once it is refreshed, it will show posting order 1 generated, 1 completed, right? So once the posting order is completed, that means the posting has already been made. So go to FB03 and click on enter. No, the posting though completed, but it is not showing through the FB03. I can go through FBL1N. It is not picking directly from there. So in the FBL1N, if I click on the noted item, it will show me nothing is there. Then if I go to the special GL transactions, because it is damn sure that the noted items are converted into special GL transactions, I selected the only special GL transactions and I click on execute. So once I click on execute, I see these are the two items which are converted into actual down payment, and the special GL indicator is showing here, and the document number is 3029. So if I click on the document number and click on the mountain and sun overview, I see this document. So how this document looks like, this is completely a compound journal entry kind of things. Here Trident Industries Limited, okay, Trident Industries Limited 65,000 to TDS payable 2%, that is 1,300. Similarly, second one is also Trident Industries Limited 35,000, 2% TDS 700 rupees. And how much amount goes out from the bank, that is SBI current account 98,000. Why it is 98,000? Because the TDS payable amounts to 1,300 plus 700, that is 2,000 rupees. So 2,000 rupees will be released later on. So automatic payment program is incapable of your nullifying the TDS, because automatic payment program is capable of paying to the vendor. While I am selecting the while I am creating the proposal, which I selected the vendor accounts only, not the TDS payable account. So it is capable of only releasing the payment to the vendors, whether it is a normal payment, whether it is a down payment. Okay, previously you have you see how the normal clearing happens through the automatic payment program. Today you see how the down payment is also capable of through the automatic payment program. So any questions on your behalf? A lot of things has been discussed.
Sir, in case of down payment request, the TDS code is automatically chosen, or we have to manually put that?
No, it is automatically chosen.
But
Because
in case of posting of voucher, there we have to choose now one of.
yeah, that is the case of automatic payment against the bills. Okay, but here it is not against bills. It is not against the your goods received or your service receipt. It is a payment. It is simply a down payment. So when it is simply a down payment, we have not yet received any kind of bills. So when we have not received any kind of bills, so at the time of payment, there is no way of choosing any TDS payable manually, because in the automatic payment program it will not give you any scope of choosing the relevant TDS payable GL or anything. You will just release it against the request, against the down payment request. Once you choose it against the down payment request, because in the down payment request also, while I created the request, in that time also it shows me that it is subject to TDS. I'm just showing you in this screen. At that time also it shows me that while you will put the down payment F-47. See, I am just creating a down payment. It notifies me that whenever you will release the payment against this request, definitely TDS shall be deducted. So naturally, whenever I put it under the automatic payment run, it automatically, see, suppose this is 35,000 due 1/5. Text is your request, and I click on enter. It is asking me the tax code. Okay, fine. I click here. See, when I click here in this particular screen, it is showing me, okay, but tax base amount is nothing. It is showing me that the meaning of this pop-up is whenever we will release the down payment, this withholding tax code will be applicable. 7A will be applicable. A is for advances. So it just shows us. So we save it. Irrespective of this, we save it. That means whenever we will run the automatic payment program, then automatically these things will be handled. This request will be handled. Okay. But another thing is, let us go to FBZP. Previously, I have already configured the automatic payment program. For that purpose, F110, there is environment and maintain configuration. So previously I have shown you 5 steps. In the 5 steps, the first step is all company codes. Okay. So there is only a addition, because I have just added a new topic today, adding the request along with the down payment, as well as I release the down payment of the request through automatic payment program. One demonstration I have made through manual releasing the down payment, and another was through the automatic payment program. So here in the automatic payment program configuration, you just have to add a very small thing here. Okay, that 5 steps, the first step was all company code. So here I was putting only the sending company code and paying company code. Fine. But in this screen, special GL transaction to be paid, in the previous class when I created the configuration of the automatic payment program, my intention was not to run the down payment request also through the automatic payment program and release the down payment. That's why the connection of F was not there. F means down payment request. So down payment request will be also handled by the automatic payment program. For that purpose, in the automatic payment program configuration, here, only here, you have to put F. F means a special GL indicator, that is your down payment request. Okay, that is the only thing which is required in the change of your automatic payment program configurations. Here, all company codes. Because I have already discussed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. This 5 steps configuration is required for automatic payment program, but here you have to just put some modifications. Otherwise it cannot, your automatic payment program cannot handle your down payment request. Cannot handle. You have to go for the manual clearing of the request. Okay. So that is the thing. Tell me any other thing. Anything else?
Sir, I have a question.
Okay.
Hello.
Tell me.
Sir, for example, down payment request is from two vendors. One vendor fetch 199 TDS 194C and one vendor fetch 194Q. It is automatically coming, or we have to make there something?
No, it will automatically come. It will automatically.
The rate is automatically coming.
Exactly. Because whenever I discussed regarding the TDS related configurations, everything I done there. And finally, just a minute, I am going to the vendor master data, XK02. In the XK02, this is my vendor, Trident Industries Limited. For every vendor, there is a area called withholding tax. It is under the company code data. There are 3 segments of the vendor master: general data segment, company code data segment, and purchasing organization segment. In the withholding tax segment, I am selecting this withholding tax segment and click on enter. Once I click on enter, I assign these things in my vendor master. That is withholding tax type, withholding tax code, recipient type. This is for advance payment. This is for invoice posting, and all the customizations, whatever relating to the withholding tax code, withholding tax type, recipient type, percentage, everything is there in the customization. So once I link this to this particular vendor, automatically the TDS will be deducted, but TDS will be deducted in different phases. Whenever we make the down payment, this 7A will be automatically used. Whenever we pass the invoice, then 7I will be used. That is for invoice posting. So even if there are n numbers of vendors, because only one vendor, you can use only one tax code, because either it will be under the 194C, or either it will be under 194H or 194I. It is either of one. So in this case, for that specific vendor, automatically taking the customization as well as the linkage of these things in the vendor master, automatically your TDS will be handled. There will be no issue at all. Okay.
Another question.
Yes.
While we are while we are paying advance payment in a request or in a direct down payment,
Yes.
there we have already deducted TDS.
Yes.
While we are posting the voucher,
Yes.
then it will double TDS will be there.
No. Why the double TDS will not be deducted? Because TDS will be deducted proportionately. See, whenever we pay advances, subsequently definitely the voucher will come, invoice will come. When that invoice will be passed, then proportionate TDS will be deducted, or proportionate TDS will be finally deducted and adjusted against the invoice. And it will be, because in the withholding tax, what happened, I have selected the proportionate button, and that means whenever there will be advance, let us go to this. I will show you the scenario. In fact, this is there in financial accounting global settings, withholding tax, extended withholding tax. Then I am coming to the basic settings. Then let us have the country IN. Okay, this is withholding tax keys. I am coming to the calculation part. Withholding tax type. This is invoice posting, this is payment posting. Let us see. Okay, this one. See, here in the last part it is written as central invoice proportionate. Central invoice proportionate means actually this code relates to 7A. 7A means advance posting. So whenever advance posting will be there, proportionate TDS, the part TDS will be deducted, and while posting the invoice, finally the rest of the TDS shall be deducted. Okay, there will be a central invoice proportionate button, and this shall be adjusted against the invoices. So the residual or the differential of TDS has to be passed there. So therefore, in case of 7, this is 7A, another is 7I. In case of 7I, you will found not this button. You will found no central invoice. Okay, because that is a straightforward deduction. Like I am showing you this one, invoice posting. That is this one, 7I. So in the 7I, see, there is no such area also. Actually, this is 7I invoice posting. So invoice posting, there is no question of any proportionate. But in those cases where there will be advances and later on the invoice is coming, in this case proportionate TDS will be there. So I will also have a demonstration of how these things happen practically. So in our organization also the same thing could have been takes place regarding the advances and final invoice. How this is handled? Is the down payment request is handled by automatic payment program in our organization in Tata Power, TPCODL?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Automatic automatic payment program.
Okay, those vendors who are requesting for down payment, automatically F110 running,
So
they
sir,
are,
it is already, it was already mentioned in PO sir. As per PO terms, we have payment, we advance payment.
okay, 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 fine. So these things are handled also. So all these things are almost covered up. It was the last part of accounts payable. So from the next class we will start the accounts receivable. If anything will be required, I will also cover up, I will also brush up. But accounts payable and accounts receivable is very much similar actually. These are basing on the subsidiary ledger concept. So if somebody is very strong in accounts payable, then there will be no issue in the accounts receivable also. But asset accounting, it is completely a new area. Okay, so I hope you will have the practice of accounts payable within this week. And when we will have the class in the next week, then you can very well handle the accounts receivable area also. Okay, so good night to all of you. Unfortunately, the beginning part of the video is not there. Unfortunately, the recording was just dismissed in between. So I have started the recording after that and just recap the things. It is just around 50 minutes or so. So I will send the recording. And good night to all of you. Hope there will be a good practice for the next class. Okay, thank you.